Hi there, Leo. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to go ahead and get into an oracle and tarot reading for you for the beginning of April 2025. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish, and if you're seeking a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box below. So, Leo, your overall oracle energy this week is Treasure Island. This energy shows up when we are in manifestation mode, where we are allowing ourselves to be in resonance with what we want and we create the energy. It's like we have that ripple effect impact within our world. So if you're working on anything, continue that diligence. If you're imagining or like creating a vision board or however you're seeing things come to fruition, continue that process. Don't lose hope, because the energy is supportive of you bringing together what you wish and what you will into this universe. For your family community here, Aries, Leo, you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is an interesting energy for this, just because oftentimes it is going to indicate an energy where with people in our family, our friends, our community, like there's just something that has either felt very stuck, problematic, just out of alignment with us. And it can lead to a lot of disappointment, especially if you've tried to fix these matters before and you're not making headway. It's just the same thing. So if you're dealing with any family members or people in your life, and it doesn't have to be family, it can be friends as well, the Eight of Cups says, you know what, you've given it a really good try, and now it's time to walk away from it, because it's just not panning out. It's not healthy for you. It's like an emotional expenditure that you can't really afford to give anymore. Sometimes with that, when we remove ourselves from situations, it can also help us align with what we want, especially in regard to this. Your time is a gift, Leo. Your energy is a gift, and if somebody is to be receiving on the receiving end of Leo's attention, affection, consideration, however it is, energy, that person must be very special. That person must, be very important to be receiving that. And like, if they don't recognize it, or if you've given to situations and there's no headway, or people become expectant of that, it might be something where you just have to like walk away from it, just because it's not in alignment with what you need. For your health energy here, you have the Divine Justice card. This is the Justice card, Leo. So oftentimes this is going to be talking about restoring balance, doing what is fair for your body. This is being very realistic about your outcomes and how you choose to engage the process in attaining said outcomes. So if you realize, I want a six-pack, I want six-pack abs, but I'm just going to lay in bed, or maybe I'll just go for walks around the neighborhood and hopefully I'll get a six-pack. Where's the ab work? Where's like the sit-ups and crunches and like, whatever. Like, if you want to be specific about what you want in your health, then do what is specific to realizing and bringing that about. The Justice card also can indicate surgeons, doctors, professionals in the medical field. Sometimes this can also talk about, considering it's right next to the Eight of Cups here, this can also indicate where maybe a health provider or maybe a health routine or medication that we've been on is not good for us. And so, sometimes the doctor's like, well, maybe you need more of it. I remember when I was, after being diagnosed with ADHD or ADD, because I don't have the hyperactive aspect, they gave me Ritalin. And like the first day I took it, it was amazing. It got me out of like a huge dark cloud that I had been in. And the second day was okay. And by the third day on it, I was having heart palpitations. My friend, my poor friend, I love her. It was her birthday and we were on the phone, and like, I'm screaming at her. I'm enraged because the drug Ritalin made me crazy. And she's like, why are you screaming at me? I'm like, I don't know. So you don't know. It could be an adverse effect. And when I told the doctor about how the Ritalin was affecting me, he was like, we should actually add more. I thought, what the hell is this guy on about? I can't handle this. I'm very sensitive to certain things, and that was enough. So I weaned myself off of it and was done. And I'm very grateful for that. So if you know something is wrong for you, if you know that like a different course of action or a different direction in health, or maybe even seeking out alternative health might be something of benefit for you, Leo, then do it. That is fair to you, and you know what you need. Not every doctor is going to know, and they often don't listen. I've worked in the healthcare field, 27 years now. Yeah, this is something that happens all the time. Doctors don't listen to people. So just be mindful if you really need to advocate for yourself or see another person to give yourself peace of mind, do it. There's nothing wrong with that. In your finances and career, Leo, here you have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, it can indicate a lot on your plate. It can indicate a need where you might have to say, hey, whoa, I don't need any more. Don't add any more to my plate. I've got plenty enough, but oftentimes there's the 10 of Wands is saying, there's a lot in front of me. There's a lot to chew with this job, but I'm still doing it for the benefit that it offers. That can be mundane benefits, like, yes, it makes money. That's maybe enough for you. Sometimes this can be seen as climbing the corporate ladder, or climbing to a different position, or just having to do the grunt work because certain jobs require grunt work before you can graduate into the next phase. So there's certain aspects here, Leo, where it's like we have to start at the beginning. Sometimes starting at the beginning is not the most desirable, but it can lead to something better. So, and some of you, you're like, I am exhausted by this. I need to move on. And so I'm going to do what is fair. And that could even be legal action in certain matters here. I do know with this energy, though, when we make choices and decisions that, that leave us kind of within a little level of uncertainty, it's more about trusting the process that door being closed is going to open another door in another direction that is actually more so in alignment. So if your energy is, all right, I'm going to let this go, and I have the energy or the desired effect that I want to see, and I'm just going to trust that this energy is going to align with me, you'd be surprised at how quickly that can happen if you choose to separate yourself from something that is not in alignment. So some of you may be leaving a situation because it is either not fair or you require something different in your life and you just recognize that it's not a resonant match. In your relationship energies here, Leo, you had 2 cards pop out and they're both major arcanas. You have the Star and you have the World here. So it's interesting energy, especially like, I'm going to pin it in also in regard to work and career, and then we'll get into the relationship energy. For some of you, this is growing. This is realizing like, okay, I've gotten to a point where like, I'm actually needing to step into the path and alignment that I am specifically here for. This is about manifestation, but it's also about like recognizing where your divine gifts are, what you share with the world, what your purpose is, and when you actually go towards that purpose and trust the process, it illuminates you. It puts you in the right direction for the right people. And with it showing up with the world here, Leo, it's saying, job well done. The world shows up when we are about to experience a very successful ending for our work dedication and experience. It's saying, okay, you've gotten to this point. Now it's time to graduate. It's time to grow and time to fulfill your next phase. Here it's saying, yes, fulfill that. Don't be afraid. Step within your path. You're being illuminated to do so, and people are going to pay attention to you. So in regard to love and relationships, I'm going to read this first for partners. This can talk about finding a very, very, with the Star card energy, this can be situations where maybe you're receiving assistance, but it helps you out of a difficult phase. So if you and a partner like having some difficult and clarity or wanting to find out or move on from something. Maybe you're seeking legal advice. The process that you may have been dealing with has been potentially difficult, but with that advice, with that secured, information, it can help move you on a path or a direction that is actually for you. I feel like there's a lot of growth here for you and a partner, that it's like, oh, okay, now we're ready for this next phase. And so that's kind of the energy that it shows up as. This doesn't feel like, oh, you're with the world. It doesn't feel like, oh, you're breaking up, because a lot of readers will read the world as broken up, ending of a relationship. And yeah, that can be sometimes, but here, it's almost like now we're at a graduation point. Now we are moving forward towards something better with each other, better within, our suited, the way that we are. Maybe you and a partner have been working on something together, and like here it is ascending, especially for people who work together, finances and career. This is like you're doing the grunt work, you're doing the difficult stuff, but like it's panning out, For those of you who are completely single and looking for love, I would say continue to work on yourself, but also if you want to be connected, do so. This is saying you will likely be connected with people who are more so spiritually guided towards you. You may be seen for what you provide and offer the world, or what you do as far as like your gifts. It's not just a superficial connection, or like if you are to meet somebody, they don't just look at you, Leo, and go, oh, Leo's hot. It's like, no, Leo has substance. Leo has a skill set. Leo is a leader in a certain way, or Leo is like known for something. Maybe some of you like are under or very public, or maybe like you work in the public, or there's some sort of like spotlight, or maybe you had a review written up about you that's very positive. Whatever it is, it's highlighting your attributes, the positive things about you, and it makes people take notice. Or if they're new, it makes people say, there's something about this person that I like. Let me get to know them. It's not an energy of rushing in at all, though. It's being very intentional about how you approach people, and shine within yourself. This is not about making yourself small. It's not making yourself appear to fit into any role. Just be you. You will liked. You will be better received if you are just authentically and genuinely you. What you don't see coming here, Leo, is the 8 of Pentacles. This could be a new job, especially for those of you who are like, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of working so difficult, so hard for like such little pay or whatever. Maybe I'm tired of climbing the corporate ladder. The 8 of Pentacles says, you're perfecting your craft, especially with the star and the world right next to it. It's like your next level, like perfection. You're like getting very involved and becoming very proficient in what you do, what you offer. Could be a new job. It could be starting a new business, or there could be an energy here where it's like you may need to really hunker down and just like, again, dedicate your time to whatever process it is that you're involved in. I don't, like for some of you, yeah, you may be wanting to leave a job, but like I feel like some of you, this is about like creation, especially if you work for yourself, especially if you're like a creative artist. That can be, painting, singing, writing, making music, whatever it is. The energy is like you're being guided to do you, in a very specific capacity. And it may be niche, but maybe niche is what's needed. So that's what I have for you guys. Overall, pretty positive energy, and see what you want in this world and move forward towards it, because it's for you. If you can see it, and if you can see yourself in it, do it. All right. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you will, and also check your other video placements for your chart, your natal chart. Your messages may be there as well. Okay. Take care. Bye.